So it's happened again. Just like the Angel Reese fans decided to attack Candace Parker for saying that Angel Reese is a tier lower than, or I can't remember. It was an all-star basically. It was like superstar, and this is like before season 2, where it's like, well, Angel Reese is an offensive rebounder. She's like, and literally said she could be an MVP at some stage, but right now she's like the 12th best player in the league or something. And they attacked Candace Parker. Angel Reese refused to acknowledge Candace Parker during her jersey retirement. The whole team is there celebrating Candace Parker. Angel Reese just refused. That whole shit. And now the same thing's happening with Paige Bueckers, because Candace Parker dared to say Paige Bueckers is not absolutely perfect in every single thing. She's not absolutely perfect at every single part of basketball. She's not the greatest shooter in the world. She's not the greatest slasher in the world. She's not the greatest defender in the world, because she dared to say that she's not the greatest player in the world. And by the way, you know how crazy it is when I literally looked at things and they said, based on Unrivaled day 1, Paige Bueckers is the best player in the world. First of all, the two best players in the world aren't playing in Nafisa Collier and what's her name? AJ Wilson. Two best players in the world aren't playing. Second of all, the best player at her position in the world, two guard, yeah, best player in her position in the world had equally as good a game in Jackie Young. Her and Jackie Young, fair enough. They can duke it out for the best two guard. And second of all, the best player on Unrivaled day 1 was by 100 miles Chelsea Gray. In this format, Chelsea Gray is the best player. It's not, which again shows it's not real basketball. It's not real basketball. Chelsea Gray in the finals last year was the third best guard on her own team. Jewel Lloyd outplayed her in the finals, and Jackie Young definitely outplayed her. She's the third best player on her own team in the WNBA. She looked like the best player in Unrivaled. But they have attacked Candace Parker because, she's actually talking about the game. Say, Candace Parker pours cold water on Paige Bueckers' two-way praise. She says, I think it's hard, though, when people are so good at one thing to put them over the two-way play distinction. It's like an elite group. Speaking about Paige Bueckers, okay, calm down, not a two-way player yet. She's playing a little defense. Okay, but what does she have to do to enter the conversation, Candace? What are the rules? Can she be in the two-way conversation? She can, of course she can be in the two-way conversation. She's just not very good on defense. Like, she got cooked for an entire game by Tiffany Hayes and then got a really nice block when, after getting cooked like 4 out of 5 possessions, she made a read and got a block on a chase down. She got cooked. Like, it's not like she's a complete cone on the defensive end. She's not like what we're seeing from Olivia Miles in college. She's not Diana Taurasi, fucking rookie Caitlin Clark. She's not complete cone. She's not, I'm just trying to think of just cones off the top of my head. Post 2024 Chelsea Gray. Katie Lou Samuelson. What are complete defensive cones are there? Diana Taurasi at any stage in her career, but especially late game Diana Taurasi. I know she's not a cone. She's a passable defender. In her rookie season, she was a 5.5 out of 10 defender. She might be a 6.5 out of 10 defender coming into year 2 because she's not fast laterally. She jumped and got a block on Kelsey Plum because it was late in the shot clock and there was no risk to take a block. She made good defensive plays. She's a very good weak side defender. As an on-ball defender, it's like, I didn't say she can't be in two-way conversation. It's one game. You threw her into the Kawhi Leonard and Paul George conversations. I'm like, slow down. I'm saying two-way means she's playing both. I didn't name anyone else. Like, it is literally Renee Montgomery. By the way, Renee Montgomery is the owner of a team who, as an owner, basically told all the new fans to get the fuck off. Fuck off. Basically told the new fans to fuck off. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where, like, Paige Bueckers is really good at basketball. And this is where the Paige Bueckers fans are like, so it's the weird thing. And it's what Candace Parker, by the way, if you know anything about Candace Parker has basically made it her freaking life's mission to have the WNBA talked about in the same way as the NBA. That's all she wants to say. She literally is like, criticize our players. She wants more criticism for players, as long as that criticism is rooted in basketball, which in basically saying, you're basically calling her fucking Kawhi Leonard. That's way overblowing at Paige Bueckers. It's like when, it's no different, by the way, than when after 2 games last year, Fever fans started calling Caitlin Clark a two-way player, because she's not yet. She's a passable defender. Caitlin Clark, in her second year, became a passable defender. She absolutely did. That weak side shot blocking, you saw her being able to guard Brian Howard. Still cannot guard, still got cooked against the Valkyries because Carla Late was too fast for her. Just like Paige Bueckers got cooked by Tip Hayes, but Paige Bueckers was able to guard other guards in the team, but she did get cooked by Hayes. She got cooked by Hayes. And in fairness, Plum was just trying to bullshit. Kelsey Plum was bullshitting. She was thrown behind the back pass for no reason. Kelsey Plum is Cancun on threeing unrivaled. The Phantom just can't dodge them. They had Cancun on three, Satu Sabali and Sabrina Ionescu last year. I'm not actually locked in. I just care about the W season. And then we got Kelsey Plum, who was just fucking about. The amount of open layups Kelsey Plum didn't take for freaking transition threes for no reason when she wasn't hitting. But like at the end of the day, Paige looked good in her first game. She looked good. She absolutely just wanted to foul bait. I guess the only thing she wanted to do was get to the free throw line. She didn't care about anything else in that game other than getting to the free throw line and not turning the ball over. But that being said, and it's still the most frustrating thing about Paige is that there is it's so obvious there's another gear that a player can turn on. And it's scary how good Paige is because she hasn't. Because I don't know if she hasn't turned it on or she's not willing to turn that gear and just go into another gear. Because there's no question about it that you know that when you watch Caitlin Clark play and you watch her play, you know there's not another gear that she can go into. You know there's not another gear that AJ or Fee can go into. But you look at Paige Bueckers and you look at the talent versus the impact, and it's not quite there yet. On the defensive end, in fairness, got better. She's gotten bigger, she's gotten stronger. But that all-around impact on not on the box score, the impact on the game score isn't quite where it should be. And it is one of those things where Paige is becoming a much, much better defender. Like, she is looking like a much, much better defender. And maybe in a couple of years, we are looking at Paige as this really good defender. But right now, she's a really good weak side defender. She actually is a good, like, her hands are quick. She's good at getting steals. She's good at getting blocks. She's not too bad if she's able to close the space. She's good at standing up. She's good at standing her ground. Her timing is good, but she still can't guard in space. Her feet are still not quick enough to guard any quick guard in the league. And you can't call someone a two-way player who can't guard in space, who can't guard in the pick and roll, can't guard in space, and is at best in a conversation, at best is 5% better than Caitlin Clark on the defensive end. Like we can't use two-way player for that. Because I'm sorry, like I'm not putting her in if we're talking two-way players in the WNBA, we're talking Fee, we're talking Aja, we're talking Copper, we're talking Jackie Young, we're talking Ryan Howard, even though I do think outside of Jackie Young, Paige is without question better than the rest of these on offense. I think Paige is better than all of those players, all those guards that I mentioned, but they're the level defenders. Is Paige a top 15 defender at her position? Is she a top 15 wing defender in the WNBA? No. If someone is not top 15 on defense, even if they're top 1 on offense, which there's a very good argument that she is, we're not putting her as a best two-way player conversation just because she went to UConn and everyone else went to UConn. Just because she went to UConn and everyone else went to UConn, you guys worship UConn. Like, I'm sorry. A UConn player is there to be worshipped until, of course, they play with Angel Reese and they stink it up, or they play with Aja Wilson, who you like, who didn't even go to UConn, they stink it up like a Kia Stokes, or the Mariah Jefferson, where they stink it up with Angel Reese. It doesn't really matter. Like, if they stink it up with your favorites, then by the way, they play for the Fever. If they're the Fever, you can attack whoever. Half the South Carolina fans have disowned Aaliyah Boston just because she happens to play with the Fever. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.